tonight. Thanks for holding off there a little bit. So we're gonna have a great night tonight. We're just really, here to have a lot of fun, have a lot of laughs, and again, crowd participation is definitely encouraged, so please do so. But the first thing that we always want to do is we always want to talk about why we're here and for this great event. I mean, these students and this organization, the Salty Hands organization here at Brewster High School, work incredibly hard. This organization was started several years ago in the efforts to fund and find cures and research for cystic fibrosis, and it's been such a success over the past few years, and it's all due to the great advisors we have for this particular group, as well as the students that do such a wonderful job raising money, but not only for this event, but throughout the year, just raising awareness and doing various things for cystic fibrosis. It's an amazing group, so they deserve a round of applause right off the bat. This wonderful event started back in 2012, believe it or not, and it was a wonderful event, or a great success even back then. But as you know, for those of you who've been here over the years, it's grown and it's become incredibly popular. But at the same time, we always focus on why we're here, and it's to raise that awareness and plus raise money. And the kids, as I said before, do such a wonderful job. I just wanted to give you an idea of some of the money that has been raised over the past few years. As of tonight, the 2019 total right now is just over $54,000. Which brings us to, since 2012 to this evening, it's about a total of just over $223,000. For this wonderful cause. It's been really amazing. And again, it's all due to the efforts of the students and the advisors and everybody here that loves to come and support. This is a wonderful community event, and I just really love, I feel humbled every year just to even be a very small part of it. So we're going to have a lot of fun tonight. We're going to have a great time. The guys are very excited. They've been practicing and working hard to make sure the show is going to be a huge success, so we're going to bring those guys out in a moment. First thing I'd like to do, though, I would like to invite a certain individual up to say a few words. This individual is kind of the inspiration for this particular organization, Salty Hands. Brian McPartland is a graduate of Brewster High School. He graduated several years ago, went on to go to Duke University, graduated from there, has been a huge success as far as not only his own life, but just living with cystic fibrosis. He has been one of those people that you point at, and that's where the dollars go. That's where the research goes, because he's a healthy individual, he's living a wonderful life, and he's incredibly successful. I'd like to invite Brian up here just for a moment. He always likes to come up and just address the crowd and say thank you and talk a little bit about, but you get to meet Brian as well. Is Brian here? Brian's right here, there he is. Right in front. Come on, Brian, you can hop up on there. Come on, you're still young. Brian McPartland, everyone.
It's good to see so many people here tonight, as we do every year. I just wanted to talk for a couple minutes to thank everyone here for supporting this great cause, obviously. Mr. Cunningham was saying that when you look at me, the money goes to me. It doesn't go to me, personally. But it does go to a cause that's very, very close to my heart, obviously, the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. I was born with cystic fibrosis. It's a genetic lung disease that affects about 30,000 people in the United States. And for affecting that few people, it's considered a rare disease. And a rare disease in the United States is something that affects less than 200,000 people in the country. And for that reason, there's actually no government funding for research for the disease. So that's why events like this and the fundraising efforts we have here tonight and everything else we do is really so important to finding treatments and medications for people like myself. And it seems like we do a great job here promoting the cause and really getting the word out about it. So it seems like everyone here really knows a lot about it, but out there, there's really not all that much knowledge about it. There are only about 70,000 people in the world that have it. I mean, there are more people that go to Jets games every Sunday, which is pretty crazy. So I'm here to thank everyone for coming out tonight and supporting such an incredible cause to me. And I hope that, if nothing else, obviously we're going to get a great show, and we can all take what we learned tonight about the cause and maybe learn a little bit more about it. And whatever reason you have for being here tonight, I know some people here. I'd love to say hi to everyone tonight, but some people here may have their own reason for supporting this cause. Some people may just be here for a good time, but either way, I'd like to thank the guys for doing a great job, working so hard to raise so much money, and to have the courage to come out here and put on such a good show tonight. I'd like to thank everyone involved in Salty Hands. The officers have done so much work to put this on tonight. The judges here, Mr. Cunningham. I haven't seen Ms. Chalmers, but I know she's always running around crazy, doing so much for the night. And just everyone here. So let's have a great time.
Thanks, Brian. Great words as always. I'd like to make a couple corrections. You're a rare guy even without the cystic fibrosis, no doubt about that. And there's definitely not 70,000 people at a Jets game. That is not the case. I don't know. Patriots, yes. Jets, no. All right. So anyway, here's what we're going to be doing tonight, just to give you an idea of what we're looking to, have some fun with. We have the guys coming out. They're going to be introduced. You're going to get a chance to meet these wonderful young gentlemen. I use that term loosely. But we also then will see them answer some difficult questions, put them in a little tough spot, and we'll see how they respond to that, if they do. And then finally, what we'll have is we'll have a little talent, or lack thereof, and we'll see how that goes. And maybe we'll laugh at them, at least if anything else. So what we're again, without further ado, we're gonna bring these wonderful guys out one at a time. I'm gonna start with Anthony Ferrandino. Anthony raised over $1,000. We all appreciate Anthony's naive obsession with soccer superstar Ronaldo. He pierced his ear to be like him. He buys $60 of gel a week to be like him. He pretends to be a soccer player to be like him as well. We hope Anthony's soccer dreams work out because there's a copyright lawsuit on the horizon. Jay Leno called and wanted his hair back. There you go. Anthony Ferrandino, thank you so much. Next up, we have Harry Dignan. Harrison's motto is, good things come in small packages. While he may not be the most intimidating competitor in the pageant, he is certainly the scrappiest. His blue eyes and contagious optimism make it hard to say no to him. But Harry's more than just a pretty face. He's got so many talents that it's difficult to list them all. The first time he opened his mouth, J.K. Rowling asked him to be the next Harry Potter. Wait till you see him dance. The first time he ever stepped foot on the dance floor, dance moms offered him $1 million to be on the show. While these offers were certainly exciting, Harry decided it was best to pursue a more prestigious title, Mr. Brewster. He's kept the Abby Lee's number on speed dial in his future House Ads of Brewster. Career doesn't work out. Harry wishes the other contestants luck, but more importantly, the judge. Harry Dignan, everyone. Joe Girard, come on out, Joe. Joe's secret to being a star athlete is actually a strict regimen of ballet and Zumba. His main dream is to be a Disney star, and he is finally able to chase that dream by signing to 7 Stars School of Dance as a ballerina. The Mr. Brewster pageant is just the start for Joe. Prepare to see him in bigger and better things. TLC is featuring him in a new reality TV show called The Young and the Steroids. Not working. All right. Thank you, Joe. Good work, buddy. Next up, we have Chris DiBiase. Come on up, Chris. Sexy, smart, kind, masculine, athletic, godlike. These are all words that Chris has used to describe himself. The only person that loves Chris more than himself is his mom. He plans to play lacrosse for a few years and then become an underwear model. While we appreciate his ambitions, we think Chris should stick to some of his other talents. That's about it. He knows it is all, he's destined for great things, perhaps including the Mr. Brewster title. Thank you, Chris. Congratulations. Next up, we have Justin DiFiore. Come on up, Justin. Justin loves 3 things in this world: doing his hair, wearing Jesus swag, okay, and his Uncle Paulie D. Just for your information, Jesus swag is large, blinged out crosses that are often paired with very large stud earrings. He actually talked up his performance in this pageant for weeks, promising many that he would take home the crown. However, things were rough for him recently. The excessive moisture from rain and snow made it impossible for him to style his hair. Without his hair, Justin feels like he's nothing, and therefore he could not face the challenge of earning the most money. Hopefully, he's got his products in line for tonight and can make up for running away from the challenge. Nice job, Justin. Good work. Next up, we have Anthony Fago. Come on out, Anthony. When Anthony heard about Mr. Brewster, he instantly went back to his bank and withdrew a good portion of his money. He is a 40-year-old man stuck in a teenager's body. He is constantly working and cooking. Some say they peek in his window and see him spiking his hair like Guy Fieri. He aspires to be the next Bobby Flay. Don't be surprised if Anthony is the next grown man crying on Hell's Kitchen. In all seriousness, Chef Anthony would love to add the title of Mr. Brewster to his resume. Thank you, Anthony. Good work. Next up, we have Mr. Brendan Fox. Although in his modest demeanor, he would never mention it. He is a true Brewster boy, living all of his years in our town. However, Brendan has the blood of Thor coursing through his Viking veins. Not only is he an honor roll student, he is an athlete. Starting for the varsity football team, Brendan resembles a graceful but aggressive animal on the field. Brendan represents a perfect duality. He has the mentality of a wolf in competition, the heart of a puppy with the ladies. Although always busy with schoolwork, athletics, and EMT training, Brendan seems to find time to enjoy his friends and family. He epitomizes the ideal Mr. Brewster. He even bleeds green and white. Thank you, Brendan. Nice job. Good work. Next up, we have Mr. Ryan Caviati. Come on out, Ryan. Born on November 23rd, 2000, Thanksgiving Day, Ryan entered this world radiating his unique style and swag. Now standing 5 foot 10 inches, he is a towering presence. He enjoys long walks on the beach and candlelit dinners. Ladies. He played for the varsity soccer team this past fall, wearing number 33 on the field and number 1 in the crowd's hearts. He shares that he prefers to spend his Friday nights at home soaking in a hot bubble bath with a nice glass of wine, he means ginger ale, while listening to some Beyonce. He is fearless, only cowering from extreme fears like the dark, tight spaces, people taller than him in pet stores. Super weird. Other than that, he is quite the catch. Nice job, Ryan. Thank you. How about Edward Kaufman? Come on out. I'm sorry. We're going to hold off on that. You know, that wonderful applause. That was outstanding. We're going to go with Mark Delgado. Mark took competitions to make an appearance here tonight. His tryout for the step team didn't go as well as he planned, so tango was the next best thing. This morning he woke up and could finally cross off this day on his calendar, the day he's been waiting for since he stepped into the high school. With his charming and flirty personality, you never know which girl he's going after next. We don't actually know how he snatches the girls, and please note, he is never seen with a lady friend. We think a form of bribing is involved, which is why we had to look into where every penny that he raised came from tonight. Mr. Mark Delgado, thank you, Mark. For this town, being a part of many successful programs throughout his years, whether it be Director of Service and Outreach for the Robotics Club or Track and Field Captain, he's done it all. Not to mention, he is extremely handsome. Those big brown eyes and very smile gets their ladies' heads turning. Edward Kaufman is Brewster's one-foot wonder tonight. Fundraising effort to put an end to the fight against cystic fibrosis. Thank you, Ed. Thank you, Ed.
Way to go, Ed! Yeah!
Okay, next up we have Mr. Patrick Feehan. Come on out, Pat. On Christmas Day in 2000. The epic change came in a bouncy bundle of joy named Patrick Michael Feehan. Since his first breath on Earth, Patrick has embodied the principles and the ideals of Mr. Brewster. Growing up with the influence of his older brother, Brendan, Patrick learned how to sweet-talk his way into anything. His sparkly eyes and contagious optimism make it hard to say no to him. But Patrick's more than just a pretty face. He's got so many talents, it's difficult to list them all. For now, he's making a steady income at Ski House while maintaining his high honor roll status. His charisma will be sorely missed next year at Brewster. But any college will certainly welcome him with open arms. Patrick wishes the other contestants luck, but more importantly, the judges. The competition will be tough tonight. And here we go. Finally, we have Mr. Patrick Nevin. Patrick is used to being overlooked. When he lacks in height, only standing 5 feet 9 inches tall, he makes up for in heart. Patrick's heart is so big that he spends his weekends on the couch with his blankie, watching love movies until his tears dry. What can he say? He's a sucker for love and has yet to find it. Ladies? Patrick also hopes to wow the crowd with his dance moves and is glad he finally has someone to dance with. His last tango partner quit because Patrick took it way too seriously, so now he is in search for a new dance partner. Anybody interested? Thank you, Patrick. Thank you, ladies. And that is all right, so, what do we think? So now we have an opportunity to meet our contestants a little bit more closely. So what's going to happen is they're going to come up one by one and they're going to receive some form of question, which then they're going to have to respond to on the spot. And some of these questions are pretty interesting to say the least. So we're going to start with Mr. Nevin. So he gets to come up first and set the bar real high. We'll see. And so we're going to start with a question for you, Pat. You ready? All right?
Yeah.
Everyone, you sure?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Everyone has their favorites. A favorite holiday, stuffed animal, movie, food. your parents have their favorite child. What we want to, that's very true, what we want to know is, who is your favorite teacher? Describe in detail who they are and why they are your favorite. Now, and also, excuse me, we'll start with that. So, who is it, and to describe in detail why they are your favorite, please.
I'm gonna have to go with Miss Laval. Miss Laval is my favorite because A, she was a previous advisor to this club, so she really helped out a lot with that, but she's just, you know, the best. She's a sweetheart, like a second mother to me. You know, I love you, Miss Laval. Yeah, so basically just everything she does, you know? Just a second mother.
Not bad, not bad. Now, you need to give us your best impersonation, however, of Miss Laval, please.
¿Hablo español? ¿Qué? She helped me out a little bit in that class. She helped me out a little.
That's it.
That's it?
All right, another Patrick. Mr. Feehan, step up to the mic, please. Nice jacket.
Cutting, how you doing today?
I'm doing really well, buddy.
You doing good?
And yourself?
I'm doing pretty good.
You sure?
I'm alright.
Are you ready?
Yeah. I woke up this morning, ate shoe polish, and
Why would you do
yeast.
that? Why would you do that?
Why would I do that? Because that's how I know that I'll rise and shine.
That joke right there. That's impressive. Good for you, buddy. I love it. All right, now. Good job, though. Nice jacket, too. I love it. All right. This is a good question, speaking of that jacket. You are 22 years old. You are out at the club. All right? And a certain someone catches your eye. Your task, work the fact that you are crowned Mr. Brewster into a pickup line. Feel free to act out the scenario in order to deliver this awesome pickup line that you're going to give to this young lady.
Alright. So, this is just any girl at like a bar or something like that? Or a nightclub?
You're doing well so far. You're a good girl. Yeah. It's going to work really well for you.
So I would start off with, I would tell her, has she ever been with someone famous? And then if she said no, I would say, well, you are now. And I think that would do it for me, honestly. If I have to go with one more thing to say, I have a second to think.
Sorry?
1 second to think.
Say that again.
1 second to think.
Okay. I wasn't rushing you. I mean, this is important.
All right, I'm sorry.
Okay, she's walked away at this point. Very bored and not impressed. Now you gotta go ask your friends. What should you say? It's like an 8th grade dance. This is turned into. Should I dance with her? Should I dance?
So I would ask her, do you like Burger King? And do you like the crowns that come with them? With the Happy Meals, of course. And I would say, well, I have them.
McDonald's, whatever.
And that's about it.
So let me get this straight. The crux of your case to take this young lady out, to take her to a fast food place. Okay, fair enough, ladies. Sounds like a wonderful, wonderful evening for anyone here. Okay, thank you so much. Ed, come on up. What's going on? Okay, we hear that you are planning a life of adventure, love, and successes. Indeed. Is that correct? Okay. It will make a great book one day. In fact, it has already been published. But you are now... Your mom, I don't know. She's the only one that quite loves it. All right. You are now 50 years old, looking back on both your accomplishments and regrets.
Wow.
What is the title of your biography and share us the contents of page 128. 128. So the title first. What is the title of this wonderful biography of your life? And give us a little insight into page 128, please.
All right. Probably it would have to be live and let live. All right. Page 128. Why page 128?
Why not?
What if it's only 127 pages?
That'd be a lot of pictures for you, I'm sure. Pop-up book.
The options. Don't know what to pick. So is this the end of the book? Biography?
It's, let's say you're 50, it's age 43.
Age 43.
Correct.
Not too old, not too young. Alright. Probably it would be me going to Iceland, hiking, seeing some Mongols, kicking it with them for a couple days.
Definitely not going to use the term kicking it at 43, because that's going to be a bad one. But I do like the scene, that's nice. All right, that's what you're going to be doing. That sounds like a good story, buddy. Thank you. Yeah, all right, Mark, you ready, buddy? You ready?
Yeah.
How you feeling tonight?
Alright.
You look a little nervous. Huh? You look a little nervous.
I'm fine.
There's nobody here. Don't worry. There's not a lot of people here or anything. It's okay. It's going to work out well for you. Okay, so we're going to start you off with your English teacher is actually a witch. Okay. Okay.
I didn't have any, so he's not talking about you. He's probably talking about the wild one.
All right. I said witch with a W, by the way, just to clarify everybody, including from Miss Luavo. But one day, she gets tired of you not paying attention and zaps you into a novel. Okay? Which novel would you hope to be zapped into? Now take on the persona. Oh, first of all, give us the novel. Excuse me, first.
Well, first off, I don't read, so...
You don't read well. I would imagine.
No, I could read well. It's just trying to find a book. I'd rather watch a movie. I'd rather watch a movie. Like, instead of reading the book, I'll watch the movie.
Have you seen the book?
Like a long time ago.
Have you seen the book? Not actually read the book. Have you actually? You've seen the book. The
Yeah,
cover.
touched it.
Okay. Could you give us, based on the cover of the book, the title of the book, perhaps?
Wait, like a real book, or you're making it up?
Yes.
That wasn't a yes or no question.
Is it a real book?
Like, yeah, a real book?
Yes,
or
like a real book. Yes.
Okay. So I get zapped into this book.
You're in the book.
Yeah.
You're a character in the book, or you're in the book at first. You got to start by giving me a title of a book.
I don't read.
It's a wonderful representation of Brewster High School. New York State Education Board's not rolling around out there somewhere in a crowd.
Probably the Bible.
We've gotten past the first part. Now, this will be actually the good part.
Okay.
Now that we have the book, now take on the persona, body language, accent, attitude of a character in the book and speak to the audience.
I'm gonna spread
A lot of
the word.
characters in that book, by the way, just so you know.
Oh, there's plenty. But I'm the main one, so I'm Jesus, baby. So, technically, Jesus doesn't go to Mass, you know what I'm saying? Because he's like there, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how to explain it.
Sorry, you trailed off there. I
I don't know how to explain it. Okay. Wait, so what do you want me to do?
Act out as one of the characters.
You want me to act out Jesus?
Why not? This is painful. I didn't sign up for this. I need you to act out as one of the characters within the Bible, taking on the language or the accent. And... Try it. Asking the disciples.
You got some normal water right here. Normal. This is pure life. You know what I'm saying?
It took a while, but you pulled it out. Not bad. Good work, buddy. You pulled it out. All right. Hi, Ryan.
Hi there.
Okay. You ready?
Wait, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, Big Nani, she's 87, she came from Boston today. Nice.
All right, so Ryan, we have a good topic for you. The audience crown the individual, crown Mr. Brewster is required to be someone who possesses character among other desirable traits. Speaking of character, look to your left or right and compare your competitor to a character from any movie, comic book, or novel, and explain your choice.
Do I pick one or do I do all of them?
You can pick one.
Well, Mark is Jesus, as he no one's bald, so there's no Cailloux. Do you know Stuart Little?
Is that the mouse?
Yeah, the little mouse.
I do.
Yeah, Pat Nevin. Sorry, Pat, I love you. And then Anthony with the glasses can be the kid who plays with the mouse. He's not blind.
All right. Anybody else, or is
anyone want to be a character? Justin? Mikey D? That's not a book character. You know, big Italian guy. Pat Fian is Mr. Fian, but younger.
That is one character, no doubt about it. All right.
That's all I have to say.
That's all you have to say. Thank you, Ryan. Good work, Ryan. Mr. Fox, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing okay, buddy. You ready?
I'm ready as I'll ever be.
Okay. One word can bring a child to tears, can make a grown man quiver, can send chills down your spine. The terror. Oh, the terror. What is that one word? Chalmers. Well, aren't you lucky? You get to be Mrs. Chalmers. Now, reenact your most vivid VHS memory as Mrs. Chalmers.
So many. I do have to go to school tomorrow. She's talking to me from over here. All right. So, I'm in the robotics club, and we were building robots, and I was carrying one, and I was going up towards the front lobby, and she was talking to me, and she was saying, soon we're going to have those in the school. And I said, yeah, you're probably right. And she was telling me how that was going to take over her job, and so we had one of our big robots, and I was telling her I could set it up for her, and that she would just have to go like in her office and just drive it around, and then, but the robot was only like this big. Then I said, I'll make a bigger one, and she was like, whoa. I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that. But that was a little scary for a second.
Sorry, I dozed off. What? Okay, yes. Are you done?
All the questions are answered?
They're answered, yes. Good work, buddy. Thank you so much. Good work. Not easy to do that. Gotta be careful. All right, thank you. Mr. Fago, come on up. Hi, Anthony. How are you?
I don't know, man.
Okay, this is gonna go well. We all dream. Some of us even wish that we had a genie in a bottle who would grant us 3 wishes. If you could have 3 wishes, what would they be and why?
It's a big question.
Thank you.
One would definitely be to be sitting down right now. I'm sweating a lot, like a lot. Maybe to be on Hell's Kitchen or Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives with Guy Fieri. Be one of Beyonce's backup dancers.
The first 2 were really bad, so that one was good. Nice job. Good work.
How we doing tonight? Good?
Hi, Justin.
How are you?
How you doing, buddy?
Doing alright.
Yeah, okay. You
Find out in
ready?
30 seconds.
I feel like you're ready.
Think so.
Very confident. I love it. Love the confidence. Okay. You are the top, this makes a lot of sense. You are the top real estate agent in New York.
Oh, okay.
All right? Sell the audience on buying a house in Brewster, New York.
Okay.
Pretend you are driving the seller or the buyer around Brewster, explaining all the good points and advantages of living here in Brewster.
I'll say, first of all, what's your favorite color? And then if they respond with green, I'll say, oh, perfect, because there's plenty of trees around here. And once we're done with that, 'cause it's basically Brewster, we go to the house, and then I'll say, do you happen to go to the bathroom? And they'll be like, yes. And I'll say, well, we have a toilet, so that's perfect. Do you guys actually like to sleep? Yeah? Oh, perfect. There's a bed upstairs. And then, yeah, necessities. Necessities.
Oh,
I think they'll buy it by then.
absolutely.
I'll smile.
That's clear. The trees, you had me at trees. I would definitely buy a house or a home based on trees. So, nice job. Thank you, Justin.
Thanks, everyone.
What's going to be the scheme here? All right. Hi, Chris. You ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Ready as you'll ever be. Okay. You nervous?
Maybe a little bit, not really.
Okay. Everyone wishes they had a redo at least once in their life. Maybe you made a wrong decision. Acted the wrong way, was immature, said something you wish you could take back, did something you were really embarrassed about. If you could go back in time and redo one thing you said or did, what would it be? And feel free to share more than one.
I got plenty. Well, let me think, all right? I have to say, one thing I would redo is probably telling Miss Chalmers I love you, because she broke my heart. Every day I think about that, okay? I don't know how, I'm coming to school every day, it's hard for me. I see her, those baby blue eyes, I get lost. I don't know what to do. I sit down in English class, put my hands in my face and just cry, sob. That's it.
I just got to clarify here. You regret not saying that, or you regret feeling that way?
I
or?
regret saying that.
You regret saying that?
She
You
shot
said
me,
that?
She shot me down. Oh, real quick.
Okay. Good job. Thank you, Chris. Hi, Joe. There he is. He looks good. He looks really good. Here's Joe. All right. You ready, Joe?
Yes.
You sure?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. With all the pressures of being a senior in high school, assignments due, spring sports, the musical about to begin within Mr. Brewster competition today, there are probably a lot of things on your mind when you lay your head on the pillow to go to bed at night? What we all want to know is, in detail, what was the last thing you thought about before you went to sleep last night? Nikki?
I just fall asleep, but probably walking in the wait.
Here we go. All right, I know, I'll give you a shot here. So you're laying in bed, you're having a tough time falling asleep, whatever it may be. So you start thinking about some things. What would those things be?
Macarena.
What did you? What was that?
I said Miss Chalmers yelling at me in the hallway.
You're
to get to class.
Miss Chalmers is very much a theme this evening.
Yeah, that's my go-to.
That's what you were thinking about?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
All right, buddy. Thank you. All right, Joe.
I'd like to say, I'd like to say something. Miss LaValle, I love you. And Miss Vitale, I love you too.
Maybe that's what you were thinking about. I don't know. Maybe you should have gone that route. That would have worked out for you. Harry, what's up?
How we doing?
Doing well. Doing good, buddy. All right, man. You ready?
I was born ready.
I feel like you're ready. I feel like you're ready. All right. We asked the judges. Okay, so we're speaking to the judges. If you had to choose between spending a day in VHS going naked or having your thoughts appear in thought bubbles above your head for everyone to read, which one would you choose? They all said, thankfully, thought bubbles. Okay, that's good choice.
Okay.
What we need you to do is read aloud the thought bubbles above each of the judges' heads right now.
I gotta get it closer.
Yes, you can. We got a lovely stage here. You could definitely use that if you'd like.
Good afternoon, Miss Vitale. How you doing? What she's thinking right now? She's thinking I look good in this top. I can see it in her eyes. I can see it in her eyes right now. Yeah, I see it. It says it right there. Schumacher, how you doing? She's thinking something about mice and men. I don't know. Something about Lenny and George. I'm not really sure. But it's something. Every English teacher's thinking about that throughout the day. How you doing, Mr. Lavero? You sung very well over the to the whole school. I think you're thinking about a couple more song lyrics. I think you're trying to sing tonight. I think he tries not to think about it. I liked it. I liked it. Mr. Francais. Never had you myself. I can't understand it. It's in a different language.
Nice job, Harry. Good work, buddy. That was solid. That was solid. Real good. All right.
Yeah, you turned the mic on. How you doing?
Hi, Anthony. How are you, buddy?
Pretty good.
Yeah, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Relaxed. At a certain point in everyone's life, they imagine a life other than their own. I'm sure that happens to you a lot. Of all the people in this room, who would you want to trade lives with for one day? What would you imagine that day to be like? Please describe it in detail.
Let me think for a second. Well, lovely Miss Chalmers, I would have to say. I mean, anytime I'd like to yell at one of these goons up here, I would love to get the chance. But no, I think it's a very nice thing to go around and yell at everyone. You, especially you. Connie, how are you doing?
Who's that getting embarrassed right now? Yeah, I see it over there. Is that Miss Pastori out there? Yeah, okay. Slinking down in the seat as we speak. I love it. Very much.
Do I need to stand up here still?
Are you good?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm good.
Okay. Do you think? Well, at this point, I mean, we've heard from all of our contestants. That's not easy, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give them a round of applause. So at this particular time, what we'd like to do is we'd like to invite these wonderful gentlemen to go backstage and prepare themselves for quite a show they're about to put on in a few minutes. So gentlemen, go ahead. You can head back and get yourself mentally, physically, and everything else prepared. That'd be wonderful. There you go. Nice job.
Everybody was kung fu.
Those gentlemen worked, as you can tell, a long time on that. We'd also like to thank the dance team members for helping them out, and anybody that was we spent a lot of nights in here preparing and rehearsing and getting all the changes and all that stuff. It's pretty impressive, and it's a lot of fun, so they did a great job. You know, just going back to the video for a moment, we're getting ready for our talent portion, by the way. But going back to the video, you know, again, I had the good fortune of knowing Brian for a good number of years now, going back to his high school days, and I had, again, the pleasure of working with Brian on the football field. And I've told this story many times, but the one thing I always admired and really respected about Brian, and certainly we know that he has the disease of CF, but it's not something he ever really talked about. And the thing that I really most respected about Brian throughout all his years here at Brewster High School and all the things that he participated in, he never talked about it. He never used it as an excuse. He never used it as an opportunity to opt out. And so really you would never know. He was just any normal high school kid trying to have a good time and you know, just do what everybody else does. And he did a really tremendous job doing that. And that's what I've always respected, and you can see a little bit of that in the video as well. And again, it's not easy. It's not an easy life for these individuals, as you can see. And you know, so one of the things that we want to talk about as well tonight, or right now, is the individual contributions of some of these individuals that have been up here. These guys that have worked so hard. You know, it's really evolved over the years from just going around asking for donations via a can, or just asking for a few dollars here and there. They've developed websites, they've reached out to partner with businesses, and it's really amazing how the community has responded, and that would be you guys right now. So it's really just a testament to everybody how much we care about this, how much we want to help. And so when you talk about someone like, for instance, Patrick Nevin, who was actually our top earner, I guess, our top person that did raise the most. He raised over $13,000 himself. It's amazing. From where we started in our humble beginnings, and it was a tremendous evening. The first night that this was done, we raised just over $3,000 as a group, and that was just a huge success. Being the first year that we did it, and then after that, obviously, it's taken off. And even someone like Patrick Feehan, is just a shade under. It was about $12,700. Delgado, again, $3,500. So it's just really amazing. Everybody up here this evening, all 12 individuals, raised over $1,000 at bare minimum. So it's really just incredible. And that total is going up as we speak. We're trying to figure it out as far as the door receipts and things like that. So certainly that total is going to go up over the course of the next hour or so. So what we'd like to do now is we're going to bring out some individuals to do a little bit of a talent. They've worked very hard on this, I guess, as well, where they're going to show you some of the talents that they have, including singing and dancing and all these wonderful things. And the first individual that we're going to bring out is Anthony Ferrandino in a moment. I guess he's preparing himself, so he is ready. I've just been told he's ready. So without further ado, we're going to introduce Anthony Ferrandino. Here he is.
How y'all doing tonight, huh? Wow. My dance partner right here. Open doors and turn the lights. It's all slow. Baby, we ain't got no place to go. You understand? I've been sitting here all alone. I never felt a feeling quite strong. I can't believe how much it turns me on. Just to be your man, it's all slow. Baby, we ain't got no place to go. I hope you understand. I've been thinking about this all day long. I've never felt a feeling quite strong. I can't believe how much it turns you on just to be your man.
That was really good. Nice job. I know we don't want you out here anymore, but nice job. That was excellent. Okay, we're going to keep this moving. Brendan and Mark will be sharing their party. Welcome Mark to the stage.
Hey, there you go. All right. Hello.
Can we get the music a little louder? Sound out.
Thank you, Mark. Outstanding. Okay, how about this? An oldie but goodie. Chris and Justin will take us back in time.
Mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. You guys hear me? Can I get a high?
There we go, there we go. Alright guys, tonight we're playing Let It Be by the Beatles. Nice little classic. I'd like to dedicate this song to my old piano teacher, Stephanie Gosling.
I'd like to dedicate this to my mother as well, who also passed of cancer not too long ago. So I hope you guys enjoy.
When I find myself in times of the Mother Mary comes to me,
Speaking words of wisdom, let it be.
and
In my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Let's get the whole crowd going now. Come on, guys. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be.
Thank you, gentlemen. Outstanding work. Nice piano. Excellent. Okay, our next act is going to be Harry and Joe. Usually share the basketball court. Tonight, they will be sharing the stage in their tights.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. We have Harry and Joe coming up right now.
Every now and then I get a little bit tired of listening to the sound of my tears. Every now and then I get a little bit nervous, stepping back from all the years have gone by. Every now and then I get a little bit terrified, then I see the look in your eyes. Every now and then I fall apart.
Unbelievable. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Patrick Nevin. Patrick Nevin has had a long love with Taylor Swift, but tonight he has only eyes for Beatrice. Welcome Nevsy and Beatrice to the Brewster stage.
Oh boy.
You're on the phone with your girlfriend, she's upset. She's going off about something that you said. She doesn't that you're human like I do. I'm in my room, it's a typical Tuesday night. I'm listening to the kind of music she doesn't like. She'll never know your story like I do. I can't help thinking this is how it ought to be. Laughing on the park bench, thinking to myself, hey, isn't this easy? And you got a smile that can light up this whole town. I haven't seen you in a while since she brought you down. Say you're fine, I know you're better than that. Hey, what you do with a girl like that? She is happy and always me, girl. She's too confident. I'm all features. Keep it every day when you wake up and find that what you're looking for has been here the whole time. And you can see that I understand you. So why can't you
Absolutely. I have no words for that. That's the best thing I've ever seen. Unbelievable. Thank you, Patrick. Time for Edward's big brown eyes and a soft touch on the keys to Fall in Love. Edward, please.
Hello? So, this goes out to Stephanie Gosling as well. Chris and I both played piano with her for many years. There he is. And she has sadly passed away because of cancer, and this song goes out to her.
Okay, we have a couple more acts for you. Now, the next up from Brooklyn to Brewster, Anthony and Ryan are Staying Alive. Really good. And so for our last act of the evening, we have Chief Feehan. Wanted to do a bit of workout on stage tonight, but he needed a few friends to join him. Welcome to the new workforce. Chief Feehan, everyone. We would invite the gentlemen to go backstage and change into your Mr. Brewster shirts, and then we'll reconvene here in a moment. You know, I gotta be honest with you, Mrs. Chalmers told me that that was gonna be something special, and I was, I was very skeptical. That was unbelievable. Very memorable. Unbelievable. Everyone out there, those are some true talents. Those guys, that was really, really impressive. So that's going to be a tough on our judges right now. I don't know what to do with that, so I'm glad I'm not in their position. So here's what we have going now. At this point, like, we are going to have the guys go back. They're changing up for us. We'll bring them all back out in a moment, and then the big reveal. And we'll find out who, in fact, will be the 2019 Mr. Brewster. So stay tuned. Very exciting stuff. We'd also like to recognize, before we announce Mr. Brewster, is the cutest baby winner. For those of you who don't know, there are baby pictures put out to all the staff and teachers in our building, and they vote on the cutest baby. And this year's Mr. Brewster 2019 cutest baby winner is Ryan Cabiotti. Nice job. Things have definitely changed, though, unfortunately. I know, my bad. I believe we are. So now we're going to ask our gentlemen to come out one final time. There they are. Give them a big round of applause. Chris has something to say. All right. Chris, we'd like to introduce Mr. Chris DiBiase. He has something to say to the masses. Here you go.
How are you guys doing tonight? Chris DiBiase. So first off, I want to thank you guys for giving me this moment to speak about my good friend Justin DiFiore, who's like a brother to me and who lost his mother last year. On behalf of myself and the rest of the Mr. Brewster contestants and the Salty Hands Club, we would like to make a donation to Relay for Life in the memory of Stacy DiFiore, who was sure watching tonight and laughing the whole time. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Great job, buddy. Thank you so much. Outstanding. So we have a little gift bag for everybody before you leave, gentlemen, tonight. The Foundation for Cystic Fibrosis has furnished you with some gift bags, so make sure you take them before you leave. Okay. And here it is. All right, we have the winner, tonight's winner, 2019 Mr. Brewster. And here we go. Are we ready, gentlemen? The winner is 2019 Mr. Brewster, Mr. Patrick Nevin. The opportunity to sit on our lovely throne. Take a lot of pictures. Of course, I'm sure, I speak for the judges in this particular case, it was very difficult to choose this particular winner. Everybody was tremendous tonight. One of the best we've had, I really think. One of the best nights we've had